Big breaking news is that Arsenal have finally reached a full agreement with Sporting Lisbon for the transfer of Viktor Gyokeres. So Arsenal fans, be excited because it's almost all but done. That's the deal between Arsenal and Sporting Lisbon for the transfer of the 27-year-old Swedish striker Viktor Gyokeres. So this was brought to us about couple of minutes ago by David Ornstein saying Arsenal and Sporting Lisbon on the verge of total agreement for Viktor Gyokeres. We all know that the expected fee is a total of 73.5 million euros. 63.5 of that is what is guaranteed, and 10 million euros already that was struck in expected add-ons. So that finishing touches were being applied on the add-ons there. What was delaying this kind of deal to get over the line. Pretty much one that we've discussed on numerous occasions, at the tail end of last week and also at the beginning of this week. But finally, it looks like there is a deal in principle. So the player is waiting for the green light from his club, that's Sporting Lisbon, before traveling to London to undergo his medicals. Arsenal had already put a plan in place for the player, possibly to travel to Asia to join the rest of the team for their pre-season tour. Remember, they did travel to Singapore, where they will play against AC Milan tomorrow, and then on Sunday they will play against Newcastle before going to Hong Kong, where they will play Tottenham Hotspur on July the 31st. So if this can get wrapped up in the next 1 day or two, then possibly Viktor Gyokeres will be flying out to Asia to meet the rest of the Arsenal squad, pretty much like Christian Mosquera did today, because he also did fly out there to Asia to go and join the rest of the squad. I think for Arsenal fans, this is arguably going to be the most exciting transfer news of the transfer window for most Arsenal fans. Reason being is that for the last two transfer windows, they've been demanding for the signing of an outright striker, an outright number one. No disrespect to the likes of Martin Zubimendi, Christian Mosquera, Christian Nogard, Kepa Arrizabalaga, and Noni Madueke, who was quite a bit of a divisive signature, one that caused a bit of stir within the Arsenal fan base. But I think this one is bound to unite the entire Arsenal fan base, because it's one they've been dreaming about. It's one they've been waiting on for quite a bit of time. There's been a bit of anxiety over whether a deal will fall in place, given the delay ever since that agreement was reached on the total package for the transfer fee. But over the last 1 week and probably and a half, the two sides have been negotiating every single day over those add-ons that were delaying the deal. We are talking about a player who managed to score 97 goals and provide 28 assists in 102 appearances for Sporting Lisbon, helping them to win 2 back-to-back league titles, as well as the TAC, the Portugal trophy last season. He did spend some time at Brighton and Hove Albion, but in the summer of 2021, he left them to join Coventry City in a deal worth £1 million. And after 2 seasons, after impressing at Coventry City, he left to join Sporting Lisbon in a deal that was worth £17 million. So, and part of the argument for Sporting Lisbon in reaching an agreement with Arsenal was because they do owe some money in expected, sell-on clauses from previous clubs like Coventry City, who initially had a 15%, a sell-on clause. Apparently, that was bought in part, and it was reduced to 10%. Then Brighton and Hove Albion, I'm told they had 15%. Let's wait and see. But the deal is as good as done in principle. The player is simply waiting for that green light to travel for his medicals to London, and then after that, the expectation will be that if he does finish all the medicals and his media duties, then he can fly out to Asia and meet the rest of the squad over there. So, Arsenal fans have every reason to be excited. Does that mean that Arsenal will win the Premier League title? It may be a little too early to say, but this is a significant step in the right direction. It gives them, that attacking threat that they've lacked. We all saw what happened last season when they lost Kai Havertz to that injury during the training camp in Dubai in late January. Then subsequently they lost Gabriel Jesus to an anterior cruciate ligament injury that needed surgery, and the player is undergoing rehabilitation to overcome that injury. So they missed, in number 9, they missed a striker. They ended up with a makeshift Mikel Merino, who did really well, but overall they lacked the kind of quality that a centre forward can offer them to compete with the rest of the big boys like Liverpool, like Manchester City, like Chelsea. Remember, Liverpool, their main competitor last season, has already agreed a deal worth £79 million to sign Hugo Ekitike, and the player has already travelled to the UK to complete his medicals ahead of finishing that move to Liverpool, and it is expected once that deal is sealed, he will also fly out to Hong Kong to join the rest of the Liverpool cohort that did fly out for their Asian tour. I think in one of our earlier broadcasts, I had mentioned that they had traveled to Singapore, but I think it's Hong Kong. That's for Liverpool. Anyways, Arsenal fans, do let me know what you think about this Viktor Gyokeres news. Are you excited? What are your expectations? Do you think he will post, at least 20 goals in the Premier League season and next season? Do you think he is going to be the best striker that Arsenal are going to have ever since Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? Do you think he will live to stand in the shoes of the likes of Robin van Persie before he left the club to join Manchester United back in 2012? What are your opinions on Viktor Gyokeres? Do you have high hopes? Do you have high expectations? Or do you think it may eventually not work out for him like some circles have suggested? Or would you have rather signed Alexander Isak this transfer window? Give me your thoughts and do let me know what your opinions are. But if you're new to the channel, do not hesitate to, click that subscribe button, but also leave me a comment and like this video as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Stay blessed for now, and see you later tonight in our live broadcast that will come at 11 p.m. East African time. So do make it a point to link up with us as we will expound on that deal and more for tonight. Bye-bye.